We are so blessed to have the World Center for Birds of Prey in our own backyard. They have always cultivated a raptor-friendly universe. And one of their more awe-inspiring displays of this is their Fall Flights program. Seated in their amphitheater, it's beautiful, you will witness the aerial prowess of owls, falcons, hawks, eagles, and vultures. Welcome to the show right now because we have some of their stars right here in the Idaho Today studios. Okay, before we begin and talk about the fall flights, please introduce who your guests are. Who do we have?
So this is Rosa, and she is our 13-year-old Oplomato falcon. She's, of course, one of the stars of our Fall Flights show.
And this is Oliver, the Verreaux's eagle owl, who is 6 years old and has been doing flights since, for 6 years now.
That's exciting. Okay, so Curtis is holding Oliver the owl. Those eyes are absolutely intense. And Stephanie is holding Rosa the falcon. Okay, we're going to learn more about these guys here in just a little bit. But first, help our viewers understand what are fall flights and why should they attend?
Fall Flights is our big annual event. We do it every year. It happens in September and October when it's not too hot, but still really nice. Guests can come out and sit in our huge theater overlooking Boise and see our birds flying, and they fly right over their heads. We like to joke that they give haircuts sometimes. It's really close. This year we're hoping to have up to 7 birds in our show, which is the most that we've done, certainly in recent years, and a good variety or diversity of birds for sure.
My goodness. Okay, and why is it important that people come out and they participate in this, not only for the obvious exciting experience, but to learn about the raptors? Why should we understand and respect the raptors in our community?
There's nothing like connecting with these birds in this environment. Normally when we see birds, they're far away or moving around quickly. And this is a chance to really get to know them and see their different types of flights and really appreciate them up close, so that when you do see them in the wild, you have more respect and a more appreciation that you gathered while you were up close.
And during the flights, do we also learn about these birds and their importance to the ecology?
Of course. It's an educational show first, and so we're trying to get people an appreciation, but we're also trying to connect people with the birds personally. And so the theme of our show this year is how are humans connected to birds of prey, and how can we use those connections to move forward and help them out in the wild, and what can people do to help them right at home?
Yeah, because the World Center for Birds of Prey, if people do not know, is the epicenter of reestablishing and saving many of our raptor population around the world, let alone here locally. So as mentioned, we are so blessed to have you in our community. Take advantage of this gem and this opportunity to not only see these birds, which you likely would not be able to have this opportunity otherwise, but also to understand and respect, and why it's so important that we really support them in our ecology, not only here in Idaho, but throughout the rest of the world. Okay, so let's get to know Rosa. So Rosa's a really special type of hawk. I'm familiar with Swinson. I think a lot of us are really familiar with red-tailed hawks. This is the first time I've ever heard of this type of hawk. Tell us about her.
So she's an Oplomato falcon.
Okay.
That's okay.
Falcon,
a little bit different from a hawk, but this is what we do, right?
So what's the difference between a falcon and a hawk?
So there's a lot of genetic differences, as it turns out. They're not very closely related at all, but we call them long wings because they have these long pointed wings. They're really well adapted to directly pursue flighted prey, and so they hunt a lot of birds, so they have to be very fast. So our falcons are the speed demons, right? So the peregrine falcon, fastest animal in the world. Over 200 miles an hour.
Which is faster than a speeding bullet, right?
Faster than Superman, I think.
Faster than Superman, yes, indeed.
We like to think so. They also have these stripes on their face. Those are called malar marks, and those malar marks help to keep the glare of the sun out of their eyes. They've got other adaptations for breathing when they're going very fast, and for subduing their prey once they've caught it. So
built-in sunglasses, incredible. And falcons are the bird of prey that people tend to train, right? Falconry, where they can use them for hunting. So the ability to actually create somewhat of a relationship with these birds is very possible.
Correct. Falcons are very popular in falconry and are some of the first original falconry birds, for sure. Oplomato falcons are used in falconry, both in South America and in the United States, and so it's pretty special. And the Peregrine Fund itself was founded by falconers. So this is hunting and conservation and how we perpetuate those ideas. We would not have the Peregrine Fund today if we didn't have falconry.
That's exciting, and such a gorgeous bird. So gorgeous. The feathers. You are beautiful, Rosa. Also very handsome over here is Oliver the owl. What type of owl is Oliver, Curtis?
So this, hello.
Well, hello.
One of its common names is a Verreaux's eagle owl, or you may look them up easier on Google if you want to look up Milky eagle owl.
Okay.
That'll get you to this species. And so Oliver is a boy, and he's 6 years old.
How heavy is Oliver?
44 pounds. Just four. Just four.
Okay, 4. Okay,
Yeah.
4 pounds.
We look stronger than we are. They're really light birds.
We're wondering, we're like, how heavy is he? Because he's very large.
He is, yeah.
Yes.
4 pounds does the job, though.
Okay.
Females can be up to 8. That's a bit of that's kind of the spectrum there, 4 to 8.
Got it.
And he sits right there at the lower end, but I would never call him small.
Yes, and owls obviously known for their giant eyes, right? But I'm noticing these feathers around his eyes that almost look like fur or hair.
Eyelashes are gorgeous.
They're
If you haven't seen them,
absolutely
you should get a
gorgeous.
close look at those eyelashes.
I am
There's
so jealous.
technically no hair.
Yes.
Right, so these whiskers, these eyelashes, this fuzz, they're all modified feathers.
Feathers, yes.
But he does have stunning eyelashes.
How stunning. And then obviously too, like we're watching Oliver literally look all the way around. Special talent of an owl, right?
It's pretty cool, yeah. So he can sit on a tree, right, and not give away his position. You know, if I had to look behind me sitting in a tree, I'd make a bunch of noise turning around.
Yes.
But he can survey the whole surroundings, whether protecting himself or looking for prey.
Look at that.
Complete silence, looking up.
Just so absolutely gorgeous. Okay,
Absolutely.
so if people want to attend fall flights, Curtis, Stephanie, where do they go for more information?
Yeah, the easiest place to find links for fall flights is at our website, peregrinefund.org. You can find links from there to our education programs and to our fall flights tickets and details there.
And make sure you sign up because they're on the weekends. These fill up really fast. So go online and make sure you make your reservation for the fall flights. You guys, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Everyone stick around. More to come here on Idaho Today right after the break. Gorgeous.